Hello, and how are you? Today's weekend conversation or discussion is, why do banks and Facebook demand that when we have, their apps on our phones, that we then have to endorse the access into our private information? But it's not just that. They want access to all our contacts, our friends and our families, and most of all, they want access to your pictures. Now, I'm not saying I'm kinky or anything like that, but if you are in a relationship, and we might be a bit saucy and want to take a bit of pictures. I'm not saying I do it. Of course not. I'm very staunch. How dare you? I don't do that nonsense. But let's say you do it. Not me, but you. I'm too conservative. However, let's just argue that you have, pictures of your wife or partner, girlfriend, have a bit of fun, and these pictures are private. Yet Facebook, when you download the app, and in order, if you want to get access to certain things on Facebook, you have to give permission that they can access not only your contact, your phone, but everything on that information. The banks now, I think it's Lloyds TSB, they now requesting that when you do online banking, so when I want to check how many books I've sold and this and that, what they do, they says, oh, by the way, in order to do online banking using Lloyds TSB apps, and I'm sure other banks do it as well, so I'm not just picking on Lloyds TSB or giving them free advert, but other banks do it as well. You need to give them access to all your contacts. For what reason? Do they have perverts working there who want to see, use binoculars and sort of looking like this? See what you've got. This is not unusual. There's people who work in security, and news has covered this. People who work in security and they use CCTV camera, etc., for dirty reasons. They see a bit of leg or a bit of panties in sort of in the dressing room, and they're like that. They're having a look. They're having a look. So it's not unusual for people in that kind of position to abuse that power. How else can they abuse that power? They can sell your information to other companies, and it's been known to happen. In fact, did you know that a lot of police officers have actually sold, if you hope it not, if you get burgled and suddenly ling 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 ling, the burglar companies are ringing you, oh, do you want a house alarm? Are you thinking, oh my God, if only you rang me last week? Hello, how do they get that information? The police sold it to them. You know, a lot of police now and doctors, we're not safe. We're living in a serious digital age where things are unethical. You know, and they will get your information and they will sell it. And they don't care how. There's no morality. It's just capitalism gone wild and exploiting technology, or the science of technology. Because we're living in this modern age, unfortunately, a lot of us have become prisoners to it. You know, where you can't do anything without you know, you having to give up your freedom. You know, our freedom is actually taken away from us. The fear of terrorism. The government has used that against us. If you want to be free, you know, and safe, give up your freedom. Give up your freedom to move around, you know, to not being searched, to having a strange passport with your hair tied back and your glasses off and you can't smile. All those are infringing upon our civil liberty. Why? Because it's all about control. It doesn't matter what measure the government implement or put into place, they can never keep you safe. We look at Manchester bombing, we look at London, we look at Paris. You know, it's happening a lot in Paris. All they have to do, drive a minibus, a van, plunge into you, and, you know, so it doesn't make no sense. The government and the banks, they are exploiting science in which to control us and in which to push, you know, this digital prison age, and we're falling for it. We're falling for it because we need online banking. We need all these things. We need passports, and therefore, if we don't want to do this, they don't give us online banking. We can't travel. You know, so it's a 50-50. It's a very grey area. What do we do? Do we rebel and not really live a full, you know, sort of life? Or do we become robots and prisoners to the science of technology? Unfortunately, when we look at the evidence, technology has not made anyone any happier. If anything, it's made us miserable. It hasn't cured cancer. You know, a bit of cannabis, the cannabis oil will cure cancer. With all the machines that we've got, just give someone cannabis oil and it will cure them. It will cure them and a good dose of vegetables. With all these machines has not, if you like, provided a healthier life for us. You know, a lot of recent celebrities have died from cancer recently. With all the money that we're pumping into it, science has not made our life any better. If anything, it's made it worse. Now, you can see I'm a musician with things around me and things like that. And I tell you something now, I used to, you know, go to 5-star hotels and things like that, you know, on a holiday, just to chill out and relax. And then one day, my friend said to me, why don't you, you know, try camping? I went, camping? You must be joking. Camping with the cows and the sheep, etc. You must be joking. Anyway, I'm the kind of person, I will try anything once within reason. So I thought, okay, I'll try camping. So we went camping. And suddenly, I was having problems with Lulu printers because I used to publish my book through them, and they were claiming that they were publishers and they weren't, they were printers. So I was having a legal problem with them at the time. And anyway, I went camping and I felt like I was having a heart attack. And I said to my friends, oh my God, I think I'm having a heart attack. And they smoke a cigarette, you know, having a beer. They said, it's nature healing you. Nature. And I thought, what? I was living a digital, stressful life without realizing I was building a lot of toxins around me, and I was a prisoner to science, to time, to a regimental order. And when I went into nature, suddenly nature was healing me. All that stress and strain of fighting legal wrangling with Lulu printers, nature just healed me. Why? Because when I woke up in the morning, it wasn't to my digital alarm clock, it was the birds singing in the trees, living natural. We're not living naturally. They're using science to kill us, and we can't see that. Only nature and being a part of nature, the way we were created, can make us happy. That's the secret to happiness. And that's why I try to have a balance. Technology, I go hiking, I go camping, I go walking, I love animals. And that's why you see me laughing and smiling. Look how beautiful I am. Look at me. Oh, I'm so beautiful. I'm so beautiful. Why? Because I love beautiful things in life. I love animals. I love nature. And I definitely do not let myself be a prisoner to technology or science. What do we do about apps and things out? Well, to be honest, I just ring up and, the banks. I refuse to have, online banking. I don't see why they should want access, to my phone. I think it's an infringement upon our freedom, and I think we should be against it. Anyway, have a happy Sunday, and I will see you all next week with some beautiful conversations. Bye.